I'm convinced that it was an introvert that said, if you want it done right, do it yourself. Because that's going to be our default. Like, how much can I do on my own? So to be able to listen to that and say, okay, so how is doing this particular piece of this project serving me? What is it enabling me to do? How is it using my gifts? And how is it not? And in what ways is it preventing me from using my gifts? And that might be a harder thing to sometimes identify, because we don't want to admit that we might be kind of procrastinating a little bit or practicing some avoidance behavior just by not reaching out for help. So that's one of those stories that it takes too much energy. Nobody else can do it as good as I can. If I want it done right, I have to do it myself. And by, once I hired that person for my podcast, now I have somebody who does, the editing of the podcast as well as show notes, which I was trying to do myself too. So now I have, a small team of 3 people, and together we make the podcast happen. And I spend more of my time now preparing for interviews and doing that part that I really love and am good at. And I let somebody else handle the other pieces that they are good at and that brings them satisfaction. And that brings me satisfaction. So that's one of those stories that we tell us that can really slow us down, that it's to recognize when it's the right moment to reach out and bring people onto your team can be a real pivot point for you in your business.